So today we're going to the big guns. Now I call them the Mazarrón guns, but apparently they're supposed to be called the Cartagena guns. I'll tell you that a bit later on why there's been a bit of a mix-up with these big guns. But here's a quick picture of what we're going to go to. So this is going to be a drive-to video, like all the other ones where we go out exploring, and this gives you an idea, even though I'll still give you the sat-nav to the big guns, just to make sure that you're on the right route, because sometimes with these sat-navs they do seem to take you off course a little bit. I'm taking the most direct route, so we're coming on to the RM3 now. So we just left Camposol. I've just left Sector A, gone over the bridge. We're on to the main road now, so we're going down towards the port of Mazarrón, and then we're going on up to the guns. I've got my favourite dog with me today. Bonnie's with me. Just a reminder, left hand corner, there'll be a list of videos there to do with this subject. Now below the video as well will be all the information you need to know about the video, be where I am, the stuff that I use, I'm all about the equipment, the music. Also, don't forget to ring the bell on YouTube. That reminds you when I'm bringing out my next video. Now, I'll bring out videos twice a week. I'm trying to keep it to Tuesdays and Thursdays. But yeah, ring the bell. And you can carry on now. So it's just gone 9:05 in the morning. Temperature at the moment is 16, which is not too bad. We're coming to the end of October. We've already, me and Jan have already got the heating on now. We've had the heating on for nearly 2 weeks now. Only in the morning and sort of late we've definitely got a drop in the chill. This morning, I just noticed we've had a bit of a heavy dew this morning. The car was completely soaked, so I got all this on the car at the moment, so I'm just going to wipe that off. Bonnie's going to love it. Bonnie, no, good girl. She just loves Bonnie. It's alright, that's it now. That's it now. Okay, so hopefully that's cleared the windscreen a bit. So now we're going down the RM3. We just keep going right to the bottom. When we get to the big roundabout, we'll be going left down towards the port. Now you could turn on this one here, the Mazarrón North. What I found, the only problem with that is, I mean, it is a shortcut in one sense, but you're going through the town, you're going to get stopped at all the traffic lights, and it can get a little bit busy this time of the morning. I find it just slows you down, so I just carry straight on. Okay, so maybe it's a couple kilometres longer, I don't know. Got a bit of a dry throat this morning. I got up quickly this morning. Didn't take Bonnie for a walk because we're going to do a lot of walking today. Had a cup of tea and a bit of toast. So I'll probably have a bit of a drink when I get the other end of this. Now I think, to be honest, the guns was really my first place of visit once I arrived here in Spain. I did a bit of researching on Google, and the main attraction was the guns. Now, so some people, it may not be interested, because all it is really is an ex-military establishment, a coastal defence system, I should say. But there's these two big, massive Vickers guns up there, facing out towards the sea. It was just interesting to see what they look like. And when you go up there, yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's a big site, and when I first went there, as far as I knew, there were only 2 batteries. I then found out that there was a third one called the watch tower. I think it's called the Watchtower battery. And then about a couple of weeks ago, I found another battery. So this establishment we're going to has got 4 gun batteries, obviously manned by the Spanish artillery at that period. Now we're going right back to 1926. That's when they first built this establishment. And at that period, Spain's coastal defence system there was probably one of the most advanced of its time. Now most of all the guns that were used were from Vickers, from the UK. I mean, you got to see these big guns. I mean, they're huge, big guns. I believe they're 88 tons in weight. They used to fire projectiles over a ton out to 35 kilometers, probably about 25 miles range. Yeah. Anyway, as you can see, somebody's burning a big bonfire that's obviously lit up the whole valley. It looks a bit like sea mist, but I can assure you that ain't sea mist. I mean, we have got obviously a bit of a haze from this morning's dew. You got that sort of not fog, is it? But that smoke doesn't help. And of course, that smoke will stay there now for a while until the sun burns it off. So we can't even see the sea at the moment. We can see right in the distance the mountain range. I mean, this is what I love at this part of Spain. You ain't got to look far before you're hitting the mountain range. Now I expect the camera's been glared out at the moment. I'm using my GoPro 7. And just give you a little bit of spill about the equipment I use. Now I've been using my camcorder usually because I've got a flip out arm and I can view what I'm taking. And the one thing I don't like about my GoPro 7 is when you first turn it on, you can view the rear of it to see what you're taking. Then after about a minute, the view screen just blacks out. Obviously it's to save power, I suppose. So I'm, as far as I know, I'm filming blind, so I don't really know what the footage is going to be like until I get back later on today and put it on the computer. That's my only bugbear with the GoPro 7. I mean, it's a fantastic camera as far as I'm concerned. The colour quality is second to none. Obviously, if I drop it, I know full well it ain't gonna bust. I'm not gonna go in the seawater because obviously it's waterproof, but that's my only bugbear I got with the GoPros is the rear screen just shuts off. So anyway, we're coming around the back of well, coming around to the front of Mazarrón town now. You can see the watchtower. You might be able to make out the castle. I haven't done a video of that yet. There's actually Mazarrón town's got a castle. It's not a big castle, but it's a castle. So we're going down the N332 now towards the port. And I haven't bought like a jumper or something like that. Bonnie never has one, do you, Bob? She wears the same coat 24/7 all for the year. I mean, that amazes me how she copes with the heat, really, but she seems to cope it all right. So we just keep following this N332 into the pack. Now it might get a little bit busy. Okay, now if you watch my vids when we're going down to the port, you see the radar thing here. It's just, we're just coming up to the radar trap thing now. I don't know if it does it, but I notice most traffic seems to keep to 80 all the way. It can get busy on this part, as you can see, especially the traffic going the other way. There's an old tractor I noticed just popping along. It's quite a straight road. Now along here, me and the wife do a bit of shopping. We just gone past it. It's like a big ferreteria. It's it's like a hardware shop that sells all your sort of DIY tools, you know, for plumbing, and other things like that for gardening, things like, you know, just tools of all different sorts. Next door is a Chinese shop. We buy quite a bit in there because they seem to be well priced, a little bit cheaper than the one on Camposol. Nicely laid out, not too crammed in like some of them are. So we're driving towards the sun. Since we have been here, they built this big roundabout. So obviously I would imagine they have probably got something planned in the years to come, holding some big outdoor events. But at the moment, nothing. Okay, so we're going towards the roundabout with the boats in it. Now that's the emblem of my logo, the Polynesian, no, keep saying the Polynesian, the Phoenician boats on the roundabout. That's what I've chosen for my logo, and obviously it's the logo for the council of Mazarrón as well. You can see the Burger King sign now. Now we're just coming out the radar thing now. So we're going to go round the roundabout to the left. There is a sign, not a very well marked sign. It's got Isle Planner, Cartagena. That's the way we're going to go. So yeah, quite a lot going on down in this part of the port. I quite like coming down here. So we're still on the RM332. So what we're doing now, we're skirting along the outside of the port now. Now there's going to be a roundabout here with a boat in it, an old fishing boat. There's a lot of building going on this part now. Obviously this is probably wasn't very built up years ago, but there's a lot of new villas being built. They look a bit upmarket as well, only because look at the price of these property. Obviously a lot more expensive down here, but then I think that's understandable being right next to the sea. But as you can see, hardly anybody on the beach yet. Obviously it's just mainly dog walkers and runners for going out for their morning bit of exercise. We're coming up to another roundabout now. It's got the lighthouse on it. Now we're going to go to the right. It's got Isla Plana. This is the RME22. Now if you went straight over, that would take you up on the mountain road towards Cartagena, one of the roads. But we're going round to the right here. You can see a lot more building going on to the left. I mean, since we've been here, this has really expanded a lot. I think when we come down here back in 2015, there was just one row of properties that weren't even finished. They're all finished now. They've already started on the second and third rows. Just a bit of history from me anyway. 2015 we come down here in a camper van because we was checking out the southeast of Spain looking for a place to live, and we come down here to, well, set up our camping park, which is we're just coming up to on the left in a minute. And it was this place here. I took Bonnie down onto the beach straight in front of us. The sun was coming up and I said, that's it, we're gonna live here. It just looked amazing. It lit up the whole bay looking back to the port. This is the campsite that we stayed at. Now we come here in February of 2015, and that was the only one that had some spaces on it. Even the one down in Bolnavo, and there's one further down here as well. They were completely booked out. We didn't think we needed a book. You know, we thought, well, it's winter time, it's going to be quiet, and it was obviously the other way around. We didn't understand that obviously all the North Europeans come down here for their holidays, really, because obviously the climate is so much warmer. But we managed to get a spot, yeah, and we went for that beach walk, me and Bonnie, and we said, that's it, we're going to live here. And then we started our searching for our villa. So 4 years on, we're still here, we're still loving it. So we're coming into a fantastic little village. I put a video up of this place. It's La Plana. I keep getting this name wrong as well, but it's a lovely little town right on the sea here. Got some lovely little villas, apartments. So we're just coming into it now. We're going to go right through La Plana. We're going on to another seaside place. Seaside, I suppose it's right, isn't it? Seaside, called Azohía. But we're not actually going into Azohía, we're going to go off up to the mountains then. Now this is another road that will take you to Cartagena as well, another mountain road. Now obviously you can catch you can go down the toll road, which is obviously a lot quicker. And I think, God, it's only about $3.56, I believe, on the toll, which ain't nothing really, is it? Shops do open quite early here. What tends to happen, obviously by 2 o'clock they're shut, then they reopen again about 4 or 5 o'clock and stay open to probably about 9 o'clock in the evening. That does get a bit getting used to, because when we first arrived here, we used to go out a little bit later, probably about midday-ish, and we think, oh, we're going to have something to eat. And some of the restaurants are shut, you know. Some are not, but some are. Obviously the shops, that if you want to buy a bit of bread, they'll be shut as well. Supermarkets will be open all day, but right, so we just come out of La Plana now. We're going along the road. You can see the high mountain range. Now the mountain to our front now is not the one that we're going up, I don't think. No, that's not the one. Still can't see the one we're going up. They got quite a few of these sleeping policemen. Some of them are a bit vicious. Now this road now, like I just said before, will lead you up to Cartagena. Now I'll be taking you off to the right in about 5 minutes time, but if you carry on this road up to the Cartagena, up to the mountains, it's got a really sharp zigzag. There's a good viewpoint looking back down at the bay. It's a great place to take some photographs because you can capture all this area. And if I've got a photograph, I'll try and whack one up. Right, here's the other campsite. Now this one is usually fully booked up all year round, obviously because they got set sites as well. So if you think about coming down here to camp and that, just get past that cyclist. I don't want to squash him. We probably will see some cyclists going up to the guns. Right, I can just make out the mountain now, but you're not really going to see it on the camera because of the glare. But it's got a radio mast up there. It's in the distance, but it's one of the highest points as well. That's where we're going. So it's a little bit windy along this road. Nice, still a nice road. Okay, we're carrying straight on. Now if you went to the right now, Azohía. This goes down to the town and the beach, and then you have to come back the other way. It's like a no entry road really, but a lovely area. There's a big place for scuba diving. Now we're going up to the mountains now, and if you look to your left, you're not going to see it I suppose, but to the left up in the valley there is another big mining area. Got loads of tunnels in there, guys. It's something else that me and Bonnie will venture in the probably coming year, not this year but next year. We'll be going in there, doing a bit of exploring. So anyway, we're going up this road now. Now the sign won't be marked to the guns. You won't see nothing about the guns. I think it's called a Cabo Tiñoso. That's what the gun battery's called. But there won't be an actual. There'll be a sign to the town. Babbler. Anyway, you're just coming up to the side, the turning to the right now. That's the turn that we need to take. If you miss this turning, then you ain't gonna get to the guns, because this is the only road that goes up to the guns from here. So this is the turning that we need. So this is the RME23. RME23. Now the road then starts to get a bit bumpier now, but it's obviously this is still quite a good road really, and we're still driving towards the sun, so obviously not going to see it too much on the video, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. But this is the best time of the day for me to go and visit these places, when it's a little bit cooler. Right, the temperature's just gone up to 20 now. Now we're still sort of at the base of this mountain. You'll see it in a minute. It's like a big valley, opens right up. You can't believe, you know, we've just sort of gone in a small valley, but this bit here, it's like a huge crater to me. Another bonfire going on. So we're going down into it. This is like, to me, it's like a big moon crater sort of thing. Okay, so we're going down to the bottom now, and then we start to climb up. So the mountain right in front of us, you see the radar station. Well, that's sort of where the guns are. It's the other side of that. So we've still got a bit of a drive yet. This is a bit of a bumpy old road, but the next part will be a little bit more bumpier. This is what Spanish roads used to be like before they joined the EU. This was probably would have been a good Spanish road in its day. So we're going through the little town of, I think it's called, I know it's called Campilia. I've forgotten the name of the rest of it. There's not much here. There's like a little bar up here on the left. But I've noticed recently, the past year, I've never seen it open. So I don't know if it's still closed or whatever. I don't know. There's no sign on it saying it's up for sale. But past year I've been going past here, I haven't noticed it being open. Because obviously it would be a good stopping point for bikes and that, but there is a place further on now that I found, which I put a video up onto, which I will show you in a minute. Okay, you probably notice, you won't notice it on the video, but you will notice it as you're driving up. You see a fort, and it looks like a proper Legionnaires fort to our left. Now, I'll try to do a bit of research on that, because like with most things here, anyway, before I forget, there's an actual track route there telling you the route up to the guns, which I didn't stop at, did I? Anyway, I'm on about this little fort. You're going to should see any second now. Hopefully, there it is. You can just capture the top of it. Right now, that fort, the same sort of design, architecture, whatever. It's exactly the same design that you're going to see when we go up to the guns. So I thought, that was the army camp. No, I was wrong on that. I found out since that that was for the police back in the sort of 20s, and it was like sort of the border police. There were, that little fort there was for the police that were checking for, looking out for smugglers that were bringing in stuff onto the coast. So really nothing to do with the army. Now, if you look to your left now, you will see it looks like a camp. Now this is, I've just put a video up recently. As you just see, there's a turn in there. Go down there, guys. It's got a sign there. Now it's only open from Wednesdays to Sundays. I think from 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock each day, because it's still ongoing. It's a lovely guy called Miguel. He's set up this sort of a hotel adventure centre. It's got an outdoor swimming pool. He's just sorting out the accommodation at the moment, but he's got a lovely little restaurant there. I mean, it's all right if you want to pop in there for a cold drink. But yeah, that I'm sure I'll be visiting a lot in the years to come. Now, to our right, then we've just forgot about it, but that's the first battery. That's called the lower battery. I think it's called on the Long Hill battery. Now, what that was, they were howitzer mortars. They were facing, well, they were put on this side of the hill, and I found out that what that was for, if anybody tried to invade from the beaches down from Azohía or is the planner, these 4 mortars would have obviously caused a lot of damage. Okay, going back to the road. Now, don't forget, guys, you will notice that the road does narrow, and you probably see rocks and potholes. That's it. I'm just trying to think what it was then. And I have come up here one morning, I should say, and there was a big, massive, like, water tanker coming the other way. Yeah, so just be wary. Obviously, the other main thing you got to look out for is cyclists. But this is a 2-way road, so just take it a little bit easier. I mean, I've got used to it now. My wife and the family that used to take up here used to scream their heads off because it's not too bad at the moment. We haven't got much of a drop, but a bit further up there's a bit of a steep drop one side, so you've got to be careful. But you know, I put up a warning on my site the other day because this road has really got tatty. There's a load of potholes I noticed recently. Now, usually they do keep these roads clear. I mean, obviously every now and again you get a boulder that's come loose. We had a bit of a landslide, and you can see every now and again, especially here where they got these like a wooden barrier to stop any more coming down. Now, there are like sort of pull-in places, because we do get camper vans coming up here, and obviously bigger vehicles. Now, somebody said also the other day on I think it was on my Facebook group, that they went up here and had 2 punchers in their hire car. You get a breakdown service included with it, but I think what he was trying to get at was they couldn't get a signal, and they had to walk virtually most of the way down until they could get a signal. So just be wary of that. Now, I've never had a puncher yet, but there's always a first time for that. But I did notice that the road, especially further up, was really bad, really pitted. Now, hopefully they will sort that out. They do tend to sort things out like that, because it is to be honest, the main attraction, I think, of Mazarrón is these guns. You can spend, I think, you can spend a whole day here really looking around. I mean, there's you got, like I just said, you just went past one. You got 4 gun batteries. You've got, you can go underneath the guns as well. I've done a video on that. The other 3 that we're going to, yeah, it's, if you're into sort of military stuff, or you just want to go out for a day adventure running around, the kids love it. This is the place to come up to. But I'll be honest, yeah, the road can be a little bit scary, and there are some pull-in points. You know, you can stop and look at the view. I'm not going to do that today. I'll probably put some clips on here of the view and some of the photographs that you can see back down into the valley. Now we're coming up to not a radar station, but it's a big aerial signal place. Now you could, when we first arrived there, you can actually drive right up to there. They've shut that road off now. You'll see in a minute what I'm on about. You can actually walk up there. That's got a fantastic view looking down onto Azohía. I mean, you can probably, well, if you're sat here where Bonnie's sat, we've got a cyclist in front of us, which is not the best place to have a cyclist, especially on these bendy roads. Hopefully he's going to pull over in a bit. Anyway, that's where you can pull over and go up the hill up to where the aerials are, but we're carrying on. So we sort of reached part of the top, and now we're sort of going around the side of the mountain now. Now it's not the best of days. We've still got this sort of bit of sea mist. The bay that you can see with all the ships in it, that's obviously to do with Cartagena. Now the whole reason why they built these gun batteries is a coastal defence system, because Cartagena is the Spanish Mediterranean fleet. This is their HQ, and I believe still is. Obviously they don't need to use these now. Big guns have gone obsolete. It's all about missiles now, and blimmin' other technology things. But at that time, back in the 30s, the cannons were still used. So looking over to your left into the bay there, you see all the ships, all the tankers waiting to come in. Right, I'm starting to see the potholes now. Now sometimes, I mean, it's always worth checking your weather apps. Sometimes this can be up in the clouds. Right, now the temperature is already, when we was down in that little village we first started coming up, that was 20. Well, now it's already dropped down to 17. We're going up well over 1,000 foot above sea level. Now the place, I haven't written it down, but it's high up, you know, and you can see it is high up by looking over that bay there. So even coming along this road is a bit of an adventure. Right, you can just make out the actual main gun battery now, which is sort of over to our left now. I mean, this is all cut in well back into the sort of 20s. This was all put in for this gun battery. And no doubt the poor military guys have probably had a run down here every morning, no doubt. So all we've seen so far up here is a cyclist. I wouldn't be surprised when we get to the car park. There's going to be probably a camper van there, been camping overnight. Usually is night every time I've been there. There's always been somebody there. I mean, this is what I mean. It's best to come either early morning or sort of late afternoon. The car park's not very big. It's got like sort of 2 levels. and the road up to it is not very good. So I'd always advise coming really early, or sort of mainly, and obviously the other thing is, the reason coming early is the heat. And I'd imagine weekends is probably not a good time to visit really, but if it's all you've got, then you've got to do it, I suppose. But it will be, you get hell of a lot of people come here, all different nationalities. I'm always amazed. Me and Bonnie went down to the lower guns, and we met some people from Australia that had gone over on a backpacking thing here in Spain. So here's another big pothole. And look, these potholes have only been recently. Now we had another gutter freer about a couple of weeks ago. There's some more potholes there. And it's just a heavy rain. It can just churn up. You know, it can churn the road up. I'm taking it easy because I don't particularly want to have a puncture up here if I can help it. So we're not far now. So anyway, what I'm going to do over the coming weeks, I'm going to add videos to this. We'll be revisiting these guns. I haven't really sort of done a proper video of the guns, so in the coming weeks you'll be seeing what this drive to video does, but hopefully it will help. Because there's a big hole here. That's a big hole. And people keep telling me, Sean, you got to get a 4x4, and I know I need to get a 4x4. So if anybody's got an old 4x4 they don't want anymore, and they want to give it away, then I'm your man. So we're just coming up to the car park now. And what I'm going to do at the end of the video, I'm going to put up some photographs of the guns to give you some idea of obviously this trip. Now to some people, like especially me, I love it. I love these sort of type of roads, but I know obviously other people will be terrified. Isn't it, Bonnie? Bonnie knows where she is now. You always know when she knows it because she's got her ears up. Because we've been here 3 times now, haven't we, babes? Hey, we're just getting over all the potholes. I bet when I stop the car, I'll check the tyres. God, there's a load of potholes. Yeah. So just be aware of that. Right, this is the car park. Now you can, well, we've got a couple of cars here already. Now you can park to the left here. Now those cars are parked there. Now there is a car park. God, there's a big hole there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn around. There's a massive, there's like a crater. Isn't it, Bonnie? Now you can go up to the left there and go up around. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to park up here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's just about a drive, but it gives you an idea, especially if you're going up to the guns, because just using the GPS can't always give you the right route. So I hope that's giving you an idea. It's end of October, not a cloud in the sky, it's pretty nice and hot. Me and Bonnie are going to do a bit of exploring there, but as I always say, keep watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy.